Welcome to SPASRO. Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we will see about Rahu in 5th house. In astrology, Rahu is one of the lunar nodes, and it is often associated with mystery, illusion, and desires. The placement of Rahu in different houses of the birth chart can influence various aspects of a person's life. When Rahu is placed in the 5th house of the birth chart, it can have several potential effects and implications. However, it's important to note that astrology is a belief system and not a proven science, so interpretations can vary. The 5th house is traditionally associated with creativity, self-expression, romance, children, speculative activities, and intellect. Here's how Rahu in the 5th house might be interpreted. 1. Creative expression and intellect. Rahu's influence in the 5th house can amplify creativity and intelligence. People with this placement might have unconventional and innovative ideas, leading them to excel in creative fields such as arts, writing, acting, and music. 2. Romantic pursuits and relationships. Rahu's presence in the 5th house could lead to intense and passionate romantic experiences. However, there might also be a tendency towards obsessive behavior or a sense of dissatisfaction in relationships due to unrealistic expectations. 3. Desire for recognition. Rahu in the 5th house can intensify the desire for recognition and fame. The individual may seek attention and appreciation for their creative efforts or intellectual pursuits. 4. Speculative activities. The 5th house is also linked to speculation and risk-taking. With Rahu here, there might be a tendency to engage in speculative activities such as gambling or risky investments. Caution is advised to avoid excessive risk. 5. Children and parenthood. This placement might influence the individual's approach to parenting. They might have a unique or unconventional approach to raising children, or they could be deeply involved in their children's creative pursuits. 6. Learning and education. Rahu's influence can make the person eager to acquire knowledge and learn new things, often in unorthodox ways. They might excel in fields that require out-of-the-box thinking. 7. Inner desires and passions. Rahu in the 5th house can amplify desires and passions. The individual might have strong inner motivations that drive them to pursue their goals relentlessly. 8. Challenges and unpredictability. On the flip side, Rahu's placement in the 5th house can also bring challenges. There could be sudden ups and downs in creative endeavors or a tendency to get caught up in illusions and unrealistic aspirations. It's important to remember that astrology interpretations can vary widely, and the effects of planetary placements are influenced by the overall birth chart, including the positions of other planets, aspects, and the individual's unique life experiences. Consulting with a professional astrologer can provide more personalized insights into the effects of Rahu in the 5th house based on a complete analysis of the birth chart. Certainly, here are some additional insights into the potential effects of Rahu in the 5th house. 9. Risk-taking and adventure. Rahu's influence in the 5th house can make the individual more open to taking risks and embracing adventures. They might be drawn to activities that offer excitement and thrill, both in their creative pursuits and personal life. 10. Innovative thinking. Rahu's energy can stimulate innovative and unconventional thinking. People with this placement might come up with unique solutions to problems and have a knack for thinking outside the box. 11. Social recognition. The individual may seek recognition not just for their creative endeavors but also in social and public circles. They might have a desire to stand out and make a mark in their community. 12. Attention-seeking behavior. Rahu in the 5th house can sometimes lead to attention-seeking behavior. The individual might feel the need to be in the spotlight or to be the center of attention, which could impact their relationships and interactions. 13. Unconventional parenting. As parents, those with Rahu in the 5th house may adopt an unconventional approach to raising their children. They might encourage their children to pursue unique interests and foster their individuality. 14. Spiritual and philosophical exploration. While the 5th house is often associated with creativity and intellect, Rahu's influence could also lead the individual to explore philosophical and spiritual matters in unorthodox ways. 15. Love affairs and romance. Rahu's placement in the 5th house might bring unexpected or unconventional romantic experiences. Love affairs could be marked by intensity and unpredictability. 16. Learning challenges. While Rahu can stimulate intellectual curiosity, it can also lead to scattered interests and difficulty focusing on a single subject. This might result in challenges in formal education if the individual struggles to commit to a specific field of study. 17. Overindulgence. There could be a tendency to overindulge in pleasures and desires due to the influence of Rahu. This could extend to areas such as entertainment, leisure activities, and even substance use. 18. Fame and notoriety. Rahu's influence in the 5th house can bring both fame and notoriety, depending on how the individual handles the intense desires and energies associated with this placement. 19. Creative outlets. People with Rahu in the 5th house might find creative outlets to be a means of emotional expression. Artistic or creative pursuits could serve as a way to channel their inner emotions and thoughts. 20. Transformation through creativity. Rahu's transformative energy can lead to personal growth through creative expression. The individual might go through phases of reinventing themselves or finding new ways to express their identity. Remember that astrology is a complex field, and interpretations can vary based on different schools of thought and the unique aspects of an individual's birth chart. Additionally, while astrology offers insights, it's important to make decisions based on a well-rounded understanding of one's life circumstances and choices. Certainly, here are some additional insights into the effects of Rahu in the 5th house in astrology. 21. Obsession with success. Rahu's placement in the 5th house can sometimes lead to an obsessive pursuit of success and recognition. The individual might be driven to achieve their creative goals at almost any cost. 22. Unconventional hobbies. People with Rahu in the 5th house may have unusual or eccentric hobbies that set them apart from others. They might be drawn to niche interests that captivate their imagination. 23. Public performances. This placement could encourage the individual to engage in public performances or presentations. They might feel a strong urge to showcase their creative talents on a larger platform. 24. Struggle with authority. Rahu's influence in the 5th house could sometimes lead to clashes with authority figures, especially if their creative or intellectual pursuits challenge traditional norms. 25. Ambitious progeny. This placement can influence the next generation as well. The individual's children, if they have any, might be driven by ambition and unconventional aspirations. 26. Innovative teaching methods. If the person becomes a teacher or mentor, they might adopt innovative and non-traditional methods to engage their students and foster creativity in their educational approach. 27. Eccentric romantic relationships. In matters of the heart, relationships might be marked by an element of surprise and unconventionality. The individual could be attracted to partners who are unique or different from societal norms. 28. Risk of impulsiveness. Rahu's influence can sometimes lead to impulsive decision-making. Individuals with this placement might need to be cautious about jumping into new projects without thoroughly considering the consequences. 29. Exploring multiple talents. People with Rahu in the 5th house might have a flair for exploring multiple talents simultaneously. They might find joy in juggling various creative pursuits. 30. Unpredictable outcomes. Rahu's presence can introduce an element of unpredictability to the outcomes of creative projects. The individual might experience unexpected twists and turns in their creative journey. 31. Breaking tradition. Rahu in the 5th house can encourage the individual to break away from traditional norms and express themselves in ways that challenge societal expectations. 32. Conflict between logic and emotion. There might be a tension between the individual's rational thinking and their emotional desires. This internal conflict could lead to fluctuating decisions and choices. 33 Sudden inspirations. Rahu's energy can bring sudden bursts of inspiration and ideas. Individuals might find themselves struck by creative insights seemingly out of nowhere. 34 Unconventional parent-child relationships. If the individual becomes a parent, their relationship with their children might be unconventional and marked by mutual understanding of each other's uniqueness. 35 Exploration of the subconscious. Rahu's influence can lead to an interest in exploring the deeper layers of the subconscious mind. This might manifest in creative work that delves into psychological themes. It's important to remember that the interpretation of astrological placements is a blend of traditional symbolism, intuition, and personal experience. Different astrologers might emphasize different aspects of a placement, so multiple perspectives can provide a broader understanding. Ultimately, while astrology can provide insights, an individual's choices, actions, and experiences play a significant role in shaping their life's path.